When the excitement of The Bachelorette kicks off, it's always met with an air of anticipation. Viewers eagerly await to see which contestants will emerge as fan favorites, who will be swept off their feet by The Bachelorette, and who, inevitably, will spark controversy. This season, one contestant who has been in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons is Jonathon Johnson. Once considered a strong contender for The Bachelorette's heart, Jonathon has recently found himself on the receiving end of growing fan discontent. But why exactly are fans turning against him? What happened to transform Jonathon from a promising contestant into a figure of frustration and disappointment? The reasons are layered, rooted in a mix of questionable behavior, emotional disconnect, and his failure to live up to the expectations fans had at the beginning of the season. First impressions and early promise. When Jonathon first stepped out of the limo, many fans were intrigued. With his charming smile, charismatic energy, and seemingly genuine interest in finding love, he appeared to have all the qualities viewers love to root for. Jonathon quickly established himself as one of the frontrunners, sparking chemistry with The Bachelorette early on, and managing to stand out in group dates. He had the package many thought would carry him far, a combination of confidence, attractiveness, and intelligence. Fans even took to social media to express their initial support, with many claiming that Jonathon might be the one. However, as the season unfolded, the cracks began to show. The problem with confidence. Jonathon's confidence, initially an attractive quality, soon became a double-edged sword. At first, he seemed sure of himself, a man who knew what he wanted and wasn't afraid to go after it. But as the competition progressed, his confidence started veering into arrogance. He became increasingly dismissive of the other contestants, and his self-assured nature turned into a sense of entitlement, as though he felt he had already won The Bachelorette's heart. On multiple occasions, Jonathon was caught making condescending comments about his fellow suitors, criticizing their attempts to woo The Bachelorette, and positioning himself as superior. This smugness didn't sit well with viewers. Fans, after all, enjoy watching contestants compete with integrity, and Jonathon's shift toward arrogance made it difficult to root for him. His attitude created a growing divide between him and the audience, who started to view his behavior as disrespectful rather than confident. Emotional unavailability. Another significant factor in fans' growing disdain for Jonathon was his perceived emotional unavailability. While he maintained a strong physical connection with The Bachelorette, many began to feel that he was emotionally distant. Viewers noticed that, despite having multiple one-on-one moments with her, Jonathon rarely opened up about his feelings or past. His conversations often felt superficial, leaving fans questioning whether he was truly invested in the process of finding love. Other contestants on the show, even those who didn't share the same level of chemistry with The Bachelorette, showed more vulnerability and emotional depth, which only made Jonathon's lack of openness more apparent. In a show where emotional connections are crucial, Jonathon's inability or unwillingness to be vulnerable quickly became a red flag. The Bachelorette herself even hinted at frustration over his lack of depth, expressing a desire to see more of the real Jonathon. Manipulative tendencies. As the season progressed, another layer of Jonathon's personality began to surface, one that many fans found unsettling: manipulation. In moments that seemed designed to sway The Bachelorette's emotions, Jonathon would suddenly turn on the charm, offering just enough vulnerability to reel her back in whenever she expressed doubt. These calculated moves, often timed when his standing in the competition seemed shaky, struck fans as Jonathon appeared to use The Bachelorette's insecurities to his advantage. On several occasions, he subtly implied that other contestants were not as invested in her as he was, planting seeds of doubt and undermining her relationships with the other men. This behind-the-scenes strategy didn't go unnoticed by viewers, who took to social media to call him out for playing the game rather than genuinely pursuing love. Many fans even questioned whether Jonathon was on the show for the right reasons, suggesting he was more focused on winning the competition than building a real relationship. The drama magnet. No season of The Bachelorette is complete without its fair share of drama, and Jonathon quickly became a magnet for it. Whether intentionally or not, he seemed to always be at the center of conflicts in the house. From petty arguments over group date dynamics to full-blown confrontations with other contestants, Jonathon rarely backed down from a fight. While a bit of drama can be entertaining, Jonathon's constant involvement in it became exhausting for viewers who were hoping to see more romance and less bickering. Some fans began to accuse him of stirring the pot intentionally, suggesting that he was more interested in airtime than in building a genuine connection with the Bachelorette. His defensiveness during confrontations and refusal to take responsibility for his actions only added fuel to the fire. By the time the season reached its midpoint, Jonathon's involvement in the drama had become a major turnoff for many fans, leading to a growing sentiment that he wasn't worth rooting for. Fan backlash. The breaking point. The breaking point for many fans came during a particularly tense rose ceremony when Jonathon's actions and words seemed to cross a line. After narrowly avoiding elimination, he made a series of condescending remarks to the other contestants, insinuating that he was unbeatable and that the Bachelorette had made the right choice in keeping him. The arrogance, paired with his continued emotional unavailability and manipulative behavior, left fans exasperated. Social media platforms like Twitter and Reddit exploded with posts calling out Jonathon's behavior, with many viewers expressing that they were done with him. Hashtags like #JonathanOut and #NotThereForLove began trending as fans rallied against him, calling for his elimination. Conclusion: why fans are over Jonathon. In the world of The Bachelorette, contestants are often defined by the impressions they leave, both on the Bachelorette and on the audience. For Jonathon Johnson, the shift from fan favorite to fan villain happened gradually but undeniably. What started as confidence morphed into arrogance, and what once appeared to be charm became manipulation. His emotional unavailability and constant involvement in drama only further alienated viewers, who began to see him as more of a player than a serious contender for love. Ultimately, fans are done with Jonathon because he failed to show the qualities that make contestants beloved: vulnerability, authenticity, and a genuine desire for connection. Instead, he came across as someone more interested in winning than in finding love. And for viewers of The Bachelorette, that's always a deal breaker.